I saw Barbie last night. Jesus.
Let's talk Barbie, please. Can we talk about Barbie? Do you see with the girl?
Yeah, dude.
And you paid for it because feminism.
Of course.
I love that.
Feminism does it. Dude, what is, I mean,
okay, did you go in wanting to like it?
Yes. I'm a big Ryan Gosling fan.
Yeah.
It just lost
You
me.
knew it was going to be feminist, right?
I knew it was going to be feminist. I didn't know it was going to be that, like, this was just like a politically charged movie beginning to end. It was nuts, man. It was like they didn't care about anything but like making sure that we knew what the point was. What did you think about it?
Well, man, look, right now I could go on my Facebook and show you how many women have attacked me ruthlessly about the shit I posted about Barbie. Some woman posted, it was a friend of mine. She posted, men who think the Barbie movie is good are really hot. And I wrote, but they have shitty taste in movies.
That's right, man.
And the amount of fucking backlash from women. Wow. I mean, it's just like they immediately go to like fucking career shame, look shame, fucking like just
look shame is
me.
It's so funny that they go after the looks women, right? Because that's a big thing they preach, like everyone's beautiful, all that, but like it immediately goes to, you have a small dick and you're ugly, you know?
Yeah. And this woman said something like, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about because you're not a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker.
No,
and like, look, she's fine. She has like 25 credits on IMDb, which is fine. But I was like, well, I have 5 times your credits on IMDb, and I'm higher ranked. So what are we fighting about? Are we swinging dicks around?
Exactly.
She's like, fine. You do a lot of guest stars. Congratulations.
Holy shit.
And I was, this bitch is going all in, isn't she?
She went all in. Okay, a guest star, when you say someone, all right, so there is a thing in acting where if like you do a guest stars for a long time, like they go like, yeah, well, he's never gonna, it's like one level, it's like a couple levels below the lead, right? And it's just like, it's just a dig to say like, oh, well, they're not gonna give you the leading man.
Great guest star resume.
Which is, it's still an unbelievably hard thing to amass, like, what Bill Dawes has been in some of the biggest movies you've seen.
Guest stars, some good shit.
Some fucking good shit, dude. But yeah, so wow.
Anyway, it's fine.
So what did you say about the movie?
So I said, first of all, one thing I said there. We can do spoilers here, obviously.
Yes, we can. Nobody's.
If you've seen the Barbie movie, then. But if you haven't, spoilers.
Right.
So there's a scene. First of all, the whole idea is you have this, which I think people like the idea of. I think, like me, the first 15 minutes you were cool. You're like, this is fun.
This is interesting.
It's Barbie land.
Right.
It's weird and everything's fake. And she doesn't really drink and she doesn't really have a shower. Because it's all plastic.
It's all plastic. Yeah, it was interesting. Yes.
Interesting and pretty and all stuff. And kind of semi-funny. I mean, I don't think...
Semi-funny, dude. I did not laugh out loud once.
I don't think I did.
The entire movie.
I think maybe I tried to once.
I really wanted Ryan to make me laugh, but he never, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like I couldn't with the writing.
I mean, then they had these jokes like, I'm going to beat you off. I'll beat both you off. I'll beat you off at the same time. I'm like,
yeah, like, come on,
what is
man.
that? Really? Did a 4-year-old write this fucking...
Yes, dude. Thank you.
Anyway, so the idea that you have Barbie in Barbie land, she has to go to the real world to figure out why she's becoming, suicidal or whatever the fuck it is. I can get behind that idea. But the minute they go from Barbie land to the real world, like, show me the real world, man. Show me the real world. I don't want to go into this bullshit, another version of Barbie land, because the real world, they're on Venice Beach, they're rollerblading. Everybody on Venice Beach is white.
Yeah, no. What the hell was that?
And like a 24-year-old hipster with perfect hair comes up and smacks her ass the second she arrives. You're like, that is never happening.
That is never gonna happen, dude. Like a douchebag, kind of like a Barstool Sports bro, like a Boston bro, just comes up and slaps her ass. It was like, come on,
make it a homeless guy.
Yeah, make it a homeless
on crack.
Thank you, a black homeless man on crack, which is I've seen it myself.
You want to be the real world?
Thank you. Dude,
anyway,
wow. So did you actually?
So I remember going like,
what a great point.
And then she punches him and then cuts her in jail. Okay, now she's also went to jail for that.
Yeah,
really. Okay, fine. And then the cops are like, hey, "It was a baby." So everyone's
construction guys.
They're all white too.
Yeah, they're all white.
And then she goes up to the construction workers.
Oh, that was crazy.
And they're all just like perfectly, their beards just so, and they look very polished and clean, like they stepped out of a catalog. And they're like, "Hey, baby, you got fries with that shake?"
It's like, what? Dude, thank you. It was frustrating, man.
It was frustrating. And even then I was like, okay, I'll get to it. And then she goes to the Barbie headquarters and she has an interview with the board, the Mattel board. By the way, the Mattel board has always been 50-50 men and women.
Yes.
For the past how many years?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? the CEO, the founder of Barbie for 30 years was a woman.
Right.
But they want, for some reason, Mattel, who gave their IP to this company, wants to show that they're all weirdly white privileged men who are fucking running this company without any real awareness of what's happening in the world.
Exactly. It's a CEO, Will Ferrell, and like 20 white dudes that just are like super yes men.
And just dumb as bucks.
And dumb as fuck. And all men are dumb in this movie.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And this is where it really lost me. So she runs out of it. She goes, I got to get out of here. She gets out of the, and I'm still on board with the movie. And then she runs into this like office space with all these cubicles. And then there's a choreographed, I don't know how to say, like a choreographed like dance number.
Right.
With the executives chasing her, where they're doing like dive rolls and flipping and missing and grabbing her and going like, wait, where'd she go? And I'm going,
what happened?
What are we, at this point, like, what the fuck are we even watching?
Dude, that's exactly when I just was like, okay, well, I'm out of it now.
Because I get you want to be stylized, but what are you saying by that? Are you saying that the real world isn't the real world? Or because now I'm just going like, okay, I don't even know what the rules are. Because if the rules are this is Barbie Land, this is real world, I've got to know that Newtonian physics actually is in play in the real world.
Correct.
Like no one's going to see someone and go, what? She's not there? I missed her. I'm like, what the fuck? I literally was like, and then she walks on this hallway with the lights and shit. And then she sees a woman and the founder of Barbie just sitting there, the ghost of the woman.
The ghost of the woman, right.
And then they go back to Barbie Land for some fucking reason that doesn't make sense. Okay, let's go back to Barbie Land. With the America Ferrera and her daughter. Let's go back. Why?
Right. Yeah, why?
They don't even really explain
They never really explained that. No, yeah, the story was just, and then if you look at the reviews, that's probably the most frustrating thing because it looks like they've paid off everybody like write these reviews. It's just nobody's telling the truth about this movie, you know?
I don't know what it, because the weird thing about it is like on one level, yes. On the other level, man, it just broke more box office records this weekend. Like,
I know, it's crazy.
Because I wrote on this woman's Facebook, and I'm sure I'm getting fucking pilloried. I can't even look on the fucking Facebook.
Unbelievable right now, though. We should look.
I'm still sensitive. I'm still an artist, I was like, look, we'll see what happens next weekend. Because I was convinced that people were going to go the first weekend because of all the hype and all the marketing. And it was also marketed to like 5 to 10-year-olds. People who play with Barbies, girls who play with Barbies. And I was like, because when I went to the movie theater, no one was fucking laughing.
No one laughed in my theater.
There's like titters and chuckles here and there, but not like, dude, I saw The Blackening, that movie The Blackening in the theater with a bunch of black people.
That got laughs.
It's insane, dude.
I haven't seen that.
Like watch a black movie in a black theater.
That's the best.
And it'll fucking, and so I'm like, well, this is a feminist movie with a bunch of women.
Right.
And they didn't laugh at anything, which I guess kind of tracks.
Yeah, of course.
But after the show, I was looking at like a lot of these young girls walking out, jerking off, and they were it's a joke, but they were all like depressed and yawning and just seemed beaten down by this movie. Yeah. And the girl that I went with, it's actually funny because she posts on her Instagram. I don't know if I can show the first post. She's like in her fucking Barbie shoes, dress, and like in front of the Barbie poster. And then the next thing immediately afterwards is her crying in the car because she was so depressed by the movie. It's depressing. Even if you like the movie, it's fucking depressing. And what it says about the state of affairs and state of the world and what it means to be a woman is fucking depressing. Because it wasn't like it's hard to be a woman, but there are good men out there. And with sisterhood, it was like it's hard to be a woman. It's even hard. It's impossible to be a woman, and men suck.
Yeah. That was it. Right. It was like it was even the husband, which was the woman that like came from the real world to Barbie Land, had a husband, and they made him basically retarded.
Yeah.
Right. Would you say they made him like, he's trying to learn Spanish and doesn't know what's going on with his wife.
He's not good at Spanish. Oh, these dumb white men, and she's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and she hates him.
I'm like, your husband's trying to learn Spanish for you, fucking cunt.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, be nice to him. What the fuck?
Seriously, it's hard to learn a different language. Yeah,
particularly when you're old.
Man, it was like extremely frustrating. But I've grown to like be accustomed to this kind of feeling. Go to theaters, man.
Here's another caveat to this. I talked to my daughter who just graduated Berkeley. She's 22, and I was 12 when I had her, guys. Anyway,
I can't believe that you fucking had a daughter, brother. You have a 22-year-old.
I was like her age when I had her, basically.
That's crazy.
Got her
now you have a second kid, right?
Yeah, I have a 22-year-old and a 2-year-old, and in between, I just dated liberals. So, abortion.
Let's go. Dude.
So, I talked to her. I go, did you like the Barbie movie? She was like, no, I didn't like it at all. I'm like, thank God my Berkeley grad woke daughter doesn't get it. She goes, they didn't go far enough. And I was like, oh.
No way. She said that?
She thought it was like, it's like baby steps feminism. It's not, it goes, and it was trans exclusive. She said it was also like very cisgendered because, and this is true, I agree with her. None of the Kens were gay.
None of the Kens
None of the Barbies were lesbians. Really?
I know.
Why not show some Barbies scissoring?
Yeah,
because everyone,
because we all
scissor Barbies.
Yes, they should have briefly gone into the world of the guy Barbie thing. You know, I ripped off some heads, threw them in the laundry.
Yeah,
I did the scissoring with the Barbies. Yeah, they should have shown.
You would lie Ken on top of Barbie.
That
and just
too.
Feel like something's going on there. Yeah.
Yes.
One of them was trans.
Well,
yes. Well, so that also happened. I got in the Facebook kerfluffle about that. Because I when I first saw the Barbie movie, I'm going, they have a trans Barbie, they have a obese Barbie, and then they had a wheelchair Barbie. So
that was crazy.
So I'm going like,
they had
how
obese Barbie,
hard
bro.
are they fucking trying to check every fucking box?
Ozempic Barbie, dude. Fucking it was the fattest Barbie, dude. And they never really, I don't know, man.
So then I thought like, well, I go, but then at the end, America Fargo goes like, why don't you just have a regular Barbie? And he goes, we can't do that. Oh, it'll sell? Okay, we can do that. I'm like, but it sounds to me like they've already had a regular Barbie. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm going, so Barbie Land is already progressive with a trans Barbie and a da-da. So what's the point of them saying at the end, like, it's not progressive enough? Like, haven't they tried to do all this shit? They've been doing it for the past 10 years for Barbie.
Yeah.
They do have handicap Barbie.
Yep.
They do have trans Barbie. The trans Barbie they have is actually Laverne Cox. They have a Laverne Cox black trans Barbie.
Wow.
And so in my head, I'm like, if you have a Laverne Cox Barbie, why not have Laverne Cox play the role? And then the way I was able to play it in the Facebook argument was like, I was really offended that you guys again, another white person took a job that should have been given to a black person. It should have been Laverne Cox, and I just can't believe this.
Okay, good point. It is scary that, like, yeah, I mean, I hope your daughter I hope that that's not most of the think in that group, in that generation, but I think it is. I think that they really need to go to the next level. You know what I mean? Like when me and Danny made a video about the People's Park in Berkeley, and, you know, there's basically a bunch of crackheads in this park who whip out their cock on Berkeley girls who try to sexually assault them, I got a bottle thrown at me by one of the guys at the park. Hit me in the back. Literally, they rather be on the side of, well, let's save People's Park because this is someone's home, than the safety of their own, like, sisters walking around at night. You know what I mean? Like they're happily taking this stance that the park needs to be saved so that these crackheads can continue living, like, in the middle of Berkeley. You know what I mean? It's fucking wild, man.
Hey, let me just read some things that they said to the Barbie stuff.
Let's hear this, because this is going to scare the shit out of you guys.
This woman's like, I guarantee you he hasn't seen it.
Okay, that's a lie.
I said, no, I have. I just have a daughter and nieces who felt lied to, which is true by the marketing. I say, yeah, I'm lying. It's impossible to see this film and think it wasn't amazing. Good point. And she goes, yeah, because clearly you haven't seen it. Oh, do you rely on your nieces and daughter to form all your opinions in your life? So it's like anything they're going to go after, right?
Right.
This woman, I have friends who've already seen it 3 times. They're planning to see it again.
Oh.
99 people I know who saw it, men and women, loved it. You have a lot more credibility if you'd actually seen the movie yourself. A different girl accused me of not seeing the movie. Like, how could I not like the movie? And I've seen it. Not only did I not, and she goes, and obviously no one liked it because it got such a big segment. So they're just coming after me. Like, and this was like something from like a week ago, and like people posting today, like, "Hey, piece of shit, look at the numbers."
Triggered, dude.
I got cock blocked by the movie too, because she was so happy and excited by the end of the movie. She was like, "Men suck. Being a woman is impossible. I'm going to die alone."
That's literally what it's kind of saying, right? So what do you think? Did you feel this depopulation kind of thing, like where it kind of wanted to make girls that wanted to have a family kind of feel like weird about it? Did you sense that?
Yeah, you got a conspiracy theory here.
Yeah, a little conspiracy.
Bill Gates is like, hey guys.
Yeah,
man.
Bill Gates, dude. Let's. Why was pregnant Barbie grotesque the entire movie? Did you notice that? Every time they saw pregnant Barbie, they was like, oh,
hey Midge. Ugh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because at the end, look, I don't necessarily think that Barbie and Ken had to be fucking at the end of the movie.
Right.
It's fine that she rejected him.
Yeah.
But at least don't have her be like, I'm just going to be my own woman now and wear Birkenstocks.
Right.
And then she goes, ends with her going to the doctor. She goes, I'm here for my OBGYN appointment. And the movie. I'm like, that's your big fucking punchline? And she's got a fucking pussy now?
She's got a pussy now.
But that does not also kind of go against everything that your generation and what you're trying to proselytize for, because now it's like, oh, being a woman means you have a vagina. But I was told that's not what it means to be a woman.
Correct.
I was told being a woman means something completely different. So,
there's
too
many contradictions. Wow. But I mean, did you make a video about this? Because I feel like
I wanted to do a film bust and get hammered and just rip on it. But I feel like shitting on the Barbie movie is the equivalent of saying that you don't want the vaccine. In LA, if you say you don't want the vaccine, people are like, you fucking racist Nazi piece of shit.
It's kind of like that.
It's like that. If you don't like the Barbie movie, it's clearly because you're a racist and sexist and misogynist piece of shit.
That's why I don't like it.
Austin can freely say that, I guess, but it's sad that what the greatest point that you're making though is this idea that they're really kind of just telling women that being a woman sucks in the Barbie
and
movie.
That the best way to live is separate from men.
Correct. The best way to live is away and not being interested in men at all. What?
Yeah.
The Barbie didn't show 1 gram of attraction towards Ken at any point in the movie, not even for 5 seconds. Did she look at him in an adoring way? Nothing. Never even. In fact, when they mentioned that he was attractive, she was like, I don't really think so. I'm not me. It's not for me. What?
I kind of like Leo's angle because if you think about it, it's like if you want, they say that a lot of girls are bisexual. So if you wanted to do a depopulation move, just try to push all the bisexual women into just being full-blown lesbians.
That's true. I actually would have been okay if Barbie was a lesbian at the end. I'd been like, okay,
that would have been
now something makes sense.
That would have been fucking sick if they made. Yeah, exactly. The movie would have made sense if she ended up being a lesbian at the end.
How great would that be if she started making out with America Ferrara?
Oh,
and they just had a whole thing, and the husband's like, "Oh, then este al baño." And
dude, she should have been making out with the Latina mom in front of the kid. Okay, did you love the child's speech when she got approached by
about
Barbie?
how Barbie is bad for women because of unrealistic expectations? Which is an argument. I feel like this movie was literally 20 years ago. This is a groundbreaking movie.
Yeah.
But now it just feels fucking like the whole argument about how Barbie and unrealistic for women, that was in the 90s.
That was in the 90s, dude.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
No one's talking about that.
Yeah, and
you ruined my childhood. Shut up.
Yeah, and if they really wanted to go, then why was Margot Robbie her body was phenomenal? She was in really good shape.
Yeah.
She should have been fat then. You know what I mean? She should have been out of shape. I mean, they had the fat Barbie, but what I'm saying
is the weird thing about the fat Barbie, because the real Barbie in the real Barbie land is just a curvy, a slightly plumper, curvy Barbie who is still hot. Mm-hmm. I don't want to disparage this actress necessarily. She's fine, but she's clearly borderline obese and not attractive at all.
Yeah, at
the very least, she's regular. She's the most regular, what you wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then at the end she goes, why don't you have a regular Barbie? I'm like, what about that fucking fat bitch we've been looking at for the past 2 hours? What about her?
She's not regular, dude.
Yeah, what is she?
She's fucking sexy.
Because don't make it seem like she's a voluptuous Barbie.
That is an obese Barbie, dude. Yeah,
obese and not attractive Barbie.
God, that is another unbelievable point. I mean, it's if you really had to sit down in some kind of where there was somebody kind of monitoring this debate and you just debated someone. I don't know how they get around these points.
Well, the problem is you can't call anyone fat anymore because that's basically saying the N-word to women.
It is.
So you could say that. I guess you could still call people ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Because ugly is no one's marching against ugly. No one's out there don't call it ugly. You can still say ugly, but you can't say fat. I don't think you can say obese anymore.
I started calling them mid.
Mid is the new the new kind of.
What does that mean?
It means
average.
Average. You're not ugly. Because if you call a girl ugly, she'll be like, oh well, I know I'm not ugly. You're just being mean. But if you call her just mid, she's mid. Damn, maybe I am.
That is a new term the kids are using.
Yeah. Oh, the kids! You kids are so mean.